Hello everybody, and thanks so much for joining us today. We are in Barcelona at the Fespa exhibition, and I have the joy of being talking with Micol Gamba of Efi Reggiani. Thank you so much, it's so busy.
No, it's a pleasure being with you,
Oh, no, it's just so great to be here and to see you here as well. So let's talk textiles.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's talk about the latest products, probably the ecoTerra Plus.
Yep, absolutely. At this exhibition, we are introducing our ecoNEXT Plus, our new version of pigment solution that is really designed for home textile businesses that are entering into this pigment space and that want to integrate a new product in their portfolio and above all, want an easy solution to integrate. In fact, ecoNEXT is able to print pre-treated fabric and fix them in line. So a very easy to integrate solution.
It's great, and it's working on heavier fabrics with a heavier GSM, perfect for the home textile market. Fabrics that tend to be much more stable than the fabrics that are used in the fashion industry. When I say stable, I mean they don't misbehave, they don't move quite as much. So home textiles, I read recently, was due for, I think the prediction up to 2030, off the top of my head, was 20% CGAR. That's huge. That's a huge opportunity for the industry, isn't it? In an industry that is still, overall, whether it's fashion or home interiors, only up to 10% digital. So the opportunity from the marketplace here is absolutely huge. And the opportunity for people like yourselves is to create that machinery that makes the entry into this market easier. And that is very much sometimes allowing the customer to detach themselves from the traditional mill and do things in-house. And it sounds as though this product has been developed exactly to do that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you described that in a perfect way, honestly. Since the product was really designed to enable small companies to enter into textile.
Yeah.
And what we see specifically is that there is more and more need to have home textile locally produced.
Yes.
In Europe as well as in North America.
Yeah.
And this printer is the ideal solution for reshoring.
Yes.
It is able to integrate into web-to-print workflows as well.
Yeah.
And above all, is a waterless printer. So no need to have water. Unlike belted printers, this printer has no belt. And so it's possible to completely save water, except from the printed maintenance.
Yeah, but everything's getting simpler, isn't it?
Yeah.
So just the technology, the software, everything in there is just allowing. We say entry level, but I guess what is the print speed per meter on this machine?
You're right. We call it industrial entry level.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a printer that can produce 100 meters per hour.
That's great.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's fantastic.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, and for an industry that traditionally would create, a number of colorways in each product, and then they'd have to hold stock of all of those, they'd have to order thousands of meters. You've got warehousing, pattern books, serving your representatives all over, whichever continents that may be. The interior industry is wired very differently to the fashion industry. So I think this kind of, as you say, I call it a bit cliche, plug and play. It's not plug and play, it's a lot more complicated than that, but it has been simplified for the industry to accelerate. Because if you think about it, there are so many fashionable interior brands out there. You just look at the King's Road, for example. You go to Chelsea Harbour, and you look at the patterns that they have to hold and stuff. The Saunderson Design Group, all of those people already in digital. But if they can bring that digital in-house with simplicity, that's a choice they're going to make. There's no question. Yeah, it's great. Tell me about what's underneath the machine with regard to data and moving forward. What kind of metrics is the machine, providing to the customer about its consumption, its energy, and all of those things?
Absolutely. Important to say is that ecoNEXT Plus, as all of our textile printers, is connected to Efi Reggiani query.
Right, great.
Our query is our analytic software that is enabling customer to record all their production data. And now the software is available also with a special kit to measure water consumption, energy consumption. So that means customer will have a complete view on the footprint of the solution. For each linear or square meter they're printing, they will know exactly in consumption, energy consumption, water. So the environmental footprint of the product they are realizing.
So important for the digital product passport, which none of us can ignore coming through wherever we reside in the world. It has an effect for anybody importing, exporting in and out of Europe and everywhere else beyond, really. So super important we have that data now, because AI is great, but without data, can't really do a lot. Can it really? Tell us about the finish, tell us about the handle, and tell us about the color of this machine for home textile using pigment inks.
Yes. So this printer is featuring 7 colors. They are pigment with binder, part of our EcoTerra family.
Yeah.
And we have our cyan, magenta, yellow, and black.
Okay.
Besides that, we have red and green.
Okay.
And something kind of unique in the industry, we also have a violet.
Oh,
Violet
okay.
in home textile is helping a lot, especially in the blues, in that part of the gamut that normally is very a lot used in home textile, but it's always difficult to get to the navy blue.
Yeah, it is. It's navy blue and those deep reds as well, but it's also a different, home textiles is different palettes of fashion completely. It's much more opaque, isn't it? It's more ambient. You know, they are shades that you live with.
Yeah, exactly.
To create the interior. They're very different from the fashion industry that quite often wants really bright, loud things, or the signage industry, which would be the same.
Absolutely.
So you've got a beautiful print quality. You've got, to say, 100 meters an hour, which is great quality, actually. I mean, that's a lot of meterage a day. That's going to support, a fairly big fairly big home interior textile company anywhere in the world. It's just literally sitting on a very small footprint.
Yeah.
Using pre-coated fabrics. How is it finishing them? Is it finishing them with a machine? How do you fixate them?
No, the finishing is happening in the machine.
All in the machine, fantastic.
All in the machine. We have an inline fixation unit that is integrated inside the printer. So in the small footprint, we're able to print and fix the color.
That's great.
With the pre-treated fabric, as soon as the fabric is leaving the printer, it's ready to go for the next production steps.
That's
cutting,
great.
sewing.
That's great. And can you control the temperature and everything like that in the fixation? Because when in the textile industry, working with different fabrics, the amount of color you're putting on, or just the handle of the fabric that you want to achieve at the other end, you want it to. It's interesting because the fashion industry drives for softness.
Yeah.
But the interior industry, more often than not, goes for drape.
That's right.
They want something that does feel a little bit more rigid and handles and drapes beautifully at the window, because at the end of the day, that helps bump the finish of the GSM, the amount of product that's actually in all of those fibers and those woven bits.
Right, and in fact, this is what we're really showing here.
Yeah.
Home decoration, since we see that also heavy canvases are really ideal for this printer.
Yeah.
It is a beltless printer, so rigid fabric or not too stretchable fabric are the right ones.
Yeah.
And they serve home textile in an ideal way.
Yeah, it's great. And we have to remember that historically pigment is the choice for the textile industry because of its UV properties at the window. It's much more light, fast and reactive, or any of those others. So that's great. What a great innovation. It's brilliant. Really excited to see. Yeah, really excited to see this coming through. Really excited to see you, literally targeting that home interior marketplace, which is just ripe for innovation, really. Yeah. And needs a solution that gives the simplicity and that seamless connection in one small footprint.
Right.
Without having to be a textile expert or having to need the backstory, etc. It's simplicity of ease, handle, usability, probably one person running the machine.
Absolutely. We see that at the customer in central Italy.
Yeah.
They were our first customer for ecoNEXT Plus, and they used to print polycotton-based bed linens. What they started to do, they saw the printer and they told us, this is opening up a completely new market for me.
Yeah.
Providing customer a product that is perceived as higher quality.
Yeah.
And so they really moved into that direction. They had only experience with die-sub printers.
Yeah.
The printer is so easy to integrate that they didn't even need to add or change or retrain their operators.
Fantastic.
It was so easy to learn that they immediately added in the printer with no change basically in their overall footprint.
That's great. What width is the machine?
Sorry?
What width is the machine?
The printer is a 340 printing width.
340?
Yeah.
Very good. So you are hitting the bed linen marketplace here. That's fantastic. Yeah. On the contract marketplace, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, that's great. It's brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Micol. It's always a joy to talk with you.
Thank you. It's always a
There's
pleasure.
so much going on, and you know, you're at the forefront of all of these innovations, which is brilliant. So thank you.
For that.
Safe trip home, and look forward to seeing you really
See you soon.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in today.